Hey everybody, I'm back. So it's bench trial time for the Acerglyn. Acerglyn, for those who don't know, is a maple mead. So what that is it's equal parts, typically it is equal parts maple syrup, real maple syrup only, no artificial sweeteners involved, and honey. So if you put in 10 pounds of honey, you put in 10 pounds of maple syrup. The trick with Acerglyns, when you ferment them, the maple ferments out. So there's no maple flavor. It's a very rich, not quite honey flavor, but it ferments out. I've made a sparkling oaked Acerglyn before. It came out really nice. And that was very early in my mead journey, almost 10 years ago. So what we're doing here is, as per the last time we talked about an Acerglyn, is we put in potassium sorbate. We let it sit, so that way it's not going to ferment back. So that way when we back sweeten it, it's not going to continue to ferment. Okay, so what we did is we did that, and then I did proportionally larger amounts of maple syrup in the 4 samples, and we're going to see how they taste and where the balance is. If I like the sweetness balance, but it's just a shade off, maybe I'll put in, take some of the Acerglyn and then soak oak cubes in it and then oak it. Okay. This Acerglyn was made a little differently in that I had 10 gallons of maple sap that I traded 3 quarts of mead to, well, 4. So 10 gallons of sap for 3 quarts of mead, not bad. Then I took that 10 gallons and reduced it by half and then strained it. So now we're down to 5 gallons. I ended up making approximately 6 gallons of mead out of that. So in place of the water, I used the reduced sap. Really increase the ABV, increase the flavor content. It's actually pretty nice. But I want that maple to really be pronounced. So we've done the trials. I have them down here, so I'm going to turn it around. And here we go. As you can see, there's our trials. Now, the one on the left had half a centimeter in the bottom, and then it increases by half a centimeter up. Okay? So, whoops, there we go. I'll be posting pictures in the comments of what this looked like from the start and when I added the maple to now. Okay, you can see the different color difference. Let me get this out of the way, because that's kind of, there's still a color difference there. Okay, so we're just going to taste them, and like I said, depending on where we end up, flavor wise will dictate whether we're going to need to introduce any tannins to balance out that sweetness. Again, this is my first time ever using potassium sorbate, so it's really a learning experience for me. I'm very curious as to how, or if it affects flavor, or if it does exactly what it's reputed to do. So by doing that, hopefully, I'll be able to produce that peanut butter and jelly mead pretty quickly, which I racked off. I gotta tell you, this is what it looks like. It hasn't cleared yet, okay? It's only 6 weeks old. However, it is juicy, it is sweet, it is also 13.4% ABV per our final gravity on the hydrometer. So not too bad. So I'm doing a little sippy sip on that while we're doing this. And away we go. Anyways, I will report back probably in the comments section as to where we ended up and how we finished things. All right, thanks guys.